Hi, this is Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition. We're going to talk about Fizbans Treasury of Dragons, and the coolest thing I hope is going to be in Fizbans Treasury of Dragons. Alright, so we now know Treasury of Dragons on its way, right? So here's what I want. What do I want most from Fizbans Treasury of Dragons? Riding dragons and controlling dragons, right? So, I don't know, I'm of an age where I can remember the Dragon Riders of Pern. And that was actually a science fiction novel. I know that kind of sounds strange that the Dragon Riders of Pern was a science fiction novel, but it was, right? But we haven't had rideable dragons in Dungeons & Dragons for a long freaking time, right? So I would really like to see a way for player characters to get pet dragons. Bring it. And actually, you know what? Pet is the wrong word. To get at least symbiotic dragons, right? So dragons that are like, hey, you're gonna ride me, I'm gonna listen to what you say, but maybe we'll work as partners, But I definitely want rideable dragons. Like I would, here's what I want, right? I'm currently in a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition game. When Fizban's Treasury of Dragons drops, we have a party of five. Our fifth player is only part-time, right? So most of the time we only have 4 players, right? 4 players, 4 DMs, and we are switching the seat for DM, right? So with 1 DM and 3 players, I want the scene where our 3 players drop in and they're all on super dope dragons, right? Like just riding dragons. And then scale it up, bring the thunder to knock down player characters who can now ride dragons. I'm really hoping they're willing to go there, right? Now, I think they might, and I'll tell you why. I know this sounds crazy, because you're like, nah, Scott. Player characters can't be riding dragons, right? They're just too powerful beasts. Or not beasts, they're too powerful magical creatures, right? I get that. I understand where you're coming from, saying, hey, you can't have player characters riding dragons. I think you can. I love high-level, high-stakes Dungeons & Dragons, right? And I think you definitely can do this. And the reason that I think we might get it is, I know this sounds crazy, but I think COVID really, COVID was horrible, right? But now we're starting to see the silver lining. There was definitely some silver lining for the COVID cloud, right? And one of the things I think with there's a lot of D&D silver lining from COVID. D&D made out like a bandit from COVID, right? First of all, it literally made a lot of money because people were just, doing streaming games. But the next one I think is really exciting is, so you got all this, right? And so how does this help, right? Well, here's the thing. Hasbro is hurting like every other company on the planet, right? There are a lot of companies like COVID scared the living bejesus out of these companies, and they're like, every single division, you better put up or shut up. We want dollars on the board. Get it done, right? And I think Wizards of the Coast is under more pressure to deliver dollars than they have ever been for Hasbro, right? And Hasbro's not trying to be mean. They're just like, hey, we just got shocked. We got a shock to the system. Put up or shut up. We want dollars on the board, man. You need to make some money. Ring that orange and get the juice, right? So I think what they're going to do is a rideable dragon section in Fizban's Treasury of Dragons. People are going to buy the heck out of that. Like, even just witness it, right? Even people who hate it be like, I got to see this. Or like, they're going to hate buy this thing, right? If they goes down there. But a lot of people will be like, oh yeah, rideable dragons, I'm in. Let's do this. So I think that's one reason why. The other thing is, things have really changed with COVID, right? With the pandemic, it really shocked the world. And one of the things is we locked in on 5th edition, man. I don't think 5th edition is going anywhere until after the movie, and the movie ain't coming out until 2023, right? So I think we got another 2, 3, 4 years of 5th edition, right? And they're just going to crack the lid off this sucker. And so I think you're going to see things like rideable dragons. So I think that's going to be in there, and I think people are going to buy the heck out of it. So that's my prediction. Rideable dragons, right? What do you think? You think I'm crazy? You think there's no way they're going to do rideable dragons? Or you're like, yeah, Scott, there'll be rideable dragons. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think? Here's another one. First of all, do you think rideable dragons will be in in the story? Will it be in the book? And then will or won't, right? And then should or should not, right? Do you agree with me that it should be in there? Or do you think it should not? Like, dragons are just too precious of a magical creature and they should never be ridden. Love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.